Yay! I think we're
Yeah.
Yes.
live.
Hi, everyone who's watching this. So, my name is Komal, and this is Dr. Khushboo and Soumya. And today we're going to talk about our upcoming book club, which is on the book Would You Teach a Fish to Climb a Tree? And I think a book which has like really, really changed and shifted stuff in our lives. So, we're very excited to have a conversation about it. Yes. So, do you want to go first, Khushboo, on what do you think of the book? When was the first time
Oh,
you
I
saw it,
love this
read it?
book. This is one of my favorite books in the Access publications. One of the first books that I picked up was this. Like the first book I picked up was Being You Changing the World, and then the second book I picked up was Would You Teach a Fish How to Climb a Tree? Now, I know
Yeah.
it says it's a different take on kids with ADD, ADHD, OCD, autism. And we will get into that a little bit. However, I have never been diagnosed with any of these labels, but I knew there was something about this book that's going to read. Like, I just knew it. Like, I was like, I have to pick this book up. And I loved it so much, I actually ended up buying like a bulk order. Like at that point, we had this woman in India who would so I got literally a bulk order just to like give it to people and give it to his parents and just anybody came meet like, hey, have you seen this book? This book is amazing. This was actually one of the books I ever picked up from Access.
Yeah. Uh, this book is like something I'm looking forward to reading again because it is one of those books which has so
Yeah.
much to offer, no matter who you are, whether you're a parent. For me
Yeah.
personally, it gave me a lot of information about myself and all the things I thought were like wrong about me actually aren't. There aren't. They're just capacities, not strengths, and they're like
Yeah.
I actually started seeing myself differently after this book. And also kids who have these different labels and their superpowers. It's
Yeah.
quite a lot of information. So I'm like actually looking forward to this book club all over again and reading it and seeing what else it can create, both as for myself and when I work with kids.
Yeah.
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 I think that's what you said was exactly that. Like it starts giving you information about how you function, truly function. Like every place that you've been made wrong basically is where your strength lies.
Mm.
And this book like really opened it up because it has such practical examples this, that are literally applicable to everybody. And as I started reading it, I was like, oh my God, it was this, like when I burst into like these weird sounds as a kid in school in class. And I was like, oh my God, it was just this. It was just like a lot of information, a lot of
Yeah.
energy. And it was like it was this, it wasn't wrong, it was actually a capacity. And that in itself, that information changed so much in my world. Now when I did work with parents with kids with these labels and also worked with their kids, I was like, oh my God, this is actually not a wrongness. Like I know what is going on because this is what's going on. It's not a wrongness. All of the things that you've been made wrong and all of the things that these kids or these adults have been made wrong are all strengths. And this book is a great beginning. Okay, it's such a great beginning because it's so simple to understand, and it's so nicely written. And every time I read it, because I've now read it multiple times, because I've also had multiple book clubs, but I've
Yeah.
also read it multiple times. Every time I read it, I get like this new, like new awareness, like as to what is going on actually. Like there's always a new layer that opens up. And and I've heard Gary say this so many times. Gary is one of the authors of this
Writer.
book, Kind of Access Consciousness. And he's always, whenever he recommends a book, he says, read it at least 20 times, guys, because every
Oh
time you read
wow.
it, every time you read it, you get a new layer of information. So that is one of the beauties of all these access publication books, especially this book. Oh my God, I love it. So it's not just for kids who've been labeled with ADD, ADHD, OCD, or autism. It's for you as well, because we've all sort of curbed and controlled and a lot of our energy and a lot of gifts that we had as children. So this starts opening up that space. Also gives parents like parents have also done their best with the tools that they've had so far. Uh, so it's like, hey, would you like another set of tools that can actually empower you and your child to have like a
Yeah.
more secure relationship? So this is that space as well. So it's a book for everybody, even though it says it's just for this. Because clearly the three of us have never been labeled as any of these. I mean, we've not really been diagnosed with it, but it has changed certain things. And therefore, it has also changed how we approach and we work with these kids, especially you, Soumya, you work with them, and I also have. So that's the space that this opens up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I think I just shared like because I was there on the book club just like what this year only a couple of months back, and it just like I think we read the book and everything that was said, I was like, oh, this was what was happening when I was small. Like similarly, like this is what was happening. This was what it's so freeing. Like I would actually say it's so freeing in terms of like everyone should experience reading it once in order to just like know what they know, like how they say like they always knew that they were so aware and so aware of everything, and that it wasn't a wrongness. I think that's the biggest takeaway.
yeah, I really like the fact that we are, as parents, facilitators, as adults, we see children a certain way, and this book actually empowers you to see children, your own children, or whoever you're facilitating,
Yeah.
so differently. Like you might even have forgotten how it is to be a kid and how you were
Yeah.
as a kid. So for parents, it's such a fun and a fantastic way to just start seeing how else they can engage with their kids. Is that the correct,
Yeah.
Yeah. And I
Yeah,
think that's
definitely
the
that
real
is
for parents to choose this. Like any parent, doesn't matter what kind of, yeah, it doesn't matter. It's just like such an empowerment for parents is what I feel. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. It doesn't make anybody wrong. Like, it doesn't make the parents wrong and the children right, or etc. etc. It's none of that. It's literally a different take. What if there was a far easier, far more empowering way to be with your children? And this is, and with yourself, honestly. Like, this is so much about you and your children. Like, because then once you start having peace in your world, and you start understanding where you're truly functioning, because that's what the kids are doing. They're just showing you parts of you that you have suppressed. That's about it. Like, they are facilitating everything you have suppressed. So it starts showing you your gifts, and in turn it then becomes a gift to your children as well.
Hmm. Yeah.
No,
Cool.
no.
Actually, we can even take questions if somebody had any comments. They can type
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, yeah.
First, each of us
Now,
have different questions,
yeah,
right?
if
About how
anyone
the book.
have questions or anything, please feel free to ask us right
Yeah.
now. We're open
Also, you
to
can share,
questions.
Kushbu, how does this work? It's going to be Mondays and Thursdays,
Yeah.
six calls.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a total of 6 calls. It's a book club with facilitation. So I'm an Access Consciousness certified facilitator. So it's not just reading the book; it's literally facilitation. So practical things going on with your children or with yourself. Please ask questions, and we will do our best to facilitate you through the tools of Access Consciousness. So it's a book club with facilitation, and there's going to be a total of 6 calls, an hour and a half each, every Monday and Thursday, starting 5th of October. And that's about it. Am I missing
And if they
anything?
miss it because of any reason, they can always see the recordings.
We can always have the
Yeah.
record later
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, it's
Although I
available.
really recommend being there, because
Sorry?
although I really highly recommend actually being present with
Being
us,
there.
because then
Sure.
we can actually address things that are even more relevant to you.
Yeah,
So
and I would totally feel like just come for the book come for her facilitation because she's awesome. I've been on a few of her classes, and the kindness with which she's being present to no matter what you are, there's no judgment. You can just come and be yourself. Don't judge yourself. Just come or judge
Yeah.
yourself, come and you'll change it. And
So
let's see what happens.
you're awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. So we'll put the registration link in the comments. I
Yeah.
think Komal will do that.
I'll do that. Yeah.
And I'm so happy to have this conversation with you guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
You're awesome.
Yeah.
And even if you
Bye,
didn't
guys.
ask here, you can write to any of us on the WhatsApp.
Yeah.
We have some registered number. You can ask us if you have any more questions about this, which we've
Or
not addressed already. And hope to see you guys on the call in a few days.
Yes.
Yeah.
Starting Monday. Yeah.
Starting Monday. Awesome. Thank
Okay.
you so much. Thank you.
Thank you both.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.